Speaking of that, he took one. I know, but one of us, Nano Rodriguez, he kind of came back into the spotlight by calling out Ryan Garcia. What would you make of a fight between Ryan Garcia and Nano Rodriguez at 130? What would you think?
Look, Nano has tremendous power, and I think Ryan Garcia is doing such a great job, man, with himself on social media, and obviously now Golden Boy is also headlining him on ESPN, so they're doing their job. I think they have to continue doing this for a couple more years. I don't think it's smart to rush Ryan into a dangerous fight. Nano's dangerous. Nano hits very hard, but so does Ryan Garcia. So I don't know if Nano, being that he hasn't fought in a long ass time, if he's ready to be able to compete against a fast, kid with power. I don't know if Nano is ready for that, but I still think it would be a big risk for Ryan. I think with Ryan, what Golden Boy is doing and what Ryan's doing himself, 2-3 years from now, you're gonna see that kid filling up the Staples Center, man. That kid could be the next Oscar de la Hoya. Oscar was a gold medalist, and maybe you guys might be right. Maybe we see a lot of things that Ryan needs to work on. But who cares? Who cares if the people are still following him? If you guys, after his fight, he has fucking hundreds of media around him trying to get an interview. He doesn't care if he keeps his chin up.
And Golden Boy's in a situation now. They're in a situation with Canelo. What if Canelo comes back and he's the same? Can Ryan Garcia be that replacement for Canelo with Golden Boy?
With time, with time,
he can be a replacement.
He could be, because he's already showing it with, I don't even know how many fights he's got, but he does have 14.
13
and he already has so many followers, and he already himself sold out that casino in Fantasy Springs, because there was no local fighters on that card, and he sold it out. And when he came out, fucking people went wild. He's doing his work, man. That kid is doing. I've seen him spar. I've seen he's come to my gym to spar.
Yeah.
I've seen other people tell me what they. I've heard, because I wasn't there. I've heard when he went to spar Lomachenko.
What'd you hear, Robert? What'd you hear?
I don't need to tell you guys. But in the ring, when he fights, he's knocking motherfuckers out. So that's all that matters. He's knocking them out.
We've heard rumors that one of your fighters, possibly being a matchup for Ryan Garcia.
Look,
like that fight?
Look, they both fight for Golden Boy. They're on the same weight division. They're both undefeated with 13 or 14 fights each. I know Golden Boy is also thinking about it. We've already talked about it, but not necessarily right now. Not because we don't think we could beat him, or not because Ryan doesn't think he could beat us. It's because it makes no sense to make it right now. But if we build it up, we just need Tanajara to be a little more vocal. He just doesn't say much. I told him.
This week, though?
Yeah, he does good. He fights good. He's got great skills. He got, he's dedicated. But when it comes to talking, he's very quiet. We need that the Fernando Vargas type of fighter, and this Thursday you guys are gonna see. Hopefully we could get back to 130. If Genaro Gomez would come down to 130 again, then that's the Vargas versus De La Hoya fight there. If Gomez was to come back down to 130, he's had a few issues, but personal problems. Hopefully he's able to come back down, and that will probably be, because he does like to talk.
Jonathan had a big knockout in that card too. Jonathan Navarro. It looks like Bama ended up on the Golovkin card. Just comment on them real quick on them.
Look, Jonathan fights this Thursday again. He fights this Thursday. He had a quick knockout, so Golden Boy brought him back right away. He's fighting this Thursday, an 8-rounder against actually a tough opponent. Well, he's Japanese, but he lives in Mexico, trained by Nacho Berenstein.
Wow.
So no, it's gonna be a hell of a fight. We're in a tough fight. I really think it's gonna go the distance, and I pick those type of opponents because I want my fighters to know what it's like to go 8 rounds, 10 rounds. You know, I don't want to baby my fighters because when the time comes, they're not gonna be ready. I want them to be ready at the beginning. You know, bam. There's possibilities, you know, that he fights on that card, on the Golovkin card, and if that happens, we're already looking at opponents, and believe me, the opponents are not going to be easy.
As for Franco, he had a tough outing. It looked like, you know, the stoppage was a stoppage, but it was a good fight.
Look, Franco was dominating the fight, completely winning that fight. He got stunned a little in the 8th, and the ref decided to stop. I went back 2 weeks later. And everybody, the commissioners, everybody told me that was a really bad, bad stoppage. Not one person told me the opposite. The ref, you know, stopped it, you know, at the wrong time. Should have at least warned the guy for hitting Joshua in the back. But it is what it is. It's a learning experience, not only for me, for Josh. Josh now has a loss, but sometimes losing a fight teaches you more than just continuing winning. You know, now he's gonna train a lot harder, and now that's gonna make him a bigger fighter. You know, we're gonna schedule him pretty soon, and then we're gonna get the rematch. We'll get the rematch against that guy. Oh yeah, we're gonna get the rematch, definitely. And when the rematch happens, everything goes well, we win, then he's back to the same position where he was. You know, he's got great skills. He's I think he's 2-3 fights away from being in the mix with all those super fly you know, fighters. You know, we know Cuadras was in our camp. We know what Josh did to Cuadras in training. We know what he's done, you know, in sparring with Abner. You know, Josh has the skills. He does, and he's got the tools to become a world champion. But I'm not going to rush him. You know, we're 3-4 fights away from being able to compete against, you know, not the guy that knocked out Chocolatito, or maybe not Gallito Estrada, but you know,
maybe a Cuadras. He's in the
maybe a Cuadras. You know what I mean? He'll be ready. I think so.
How was Puerto Rico this weekend?
It's tiring, bro. I showed up. I landed at 4. Went straight to the hotel, showered up, and went straight to the fights. But we had a good win, man. Licona became the WBO Latino champion, and check this out. He dominated so so good, and a sensational win that, you know, Paco Valcárcel right there told me I have big things for him. You know, I promise you, this kid is, you know, he's a great fighter.